Vehicle wrapping is becoming more and more popular on our roads today. Some with a full color wrap, or maybe just with a decorative jacket. They immediately attract attention among the many ordinary vehicles. Unfortunately, the finish is not always the best, and that's why we want to explain the correct method to achieve a perfect result. As the manufacturer of GrafiWrap vehicle wrapping films and the GrafiCast automotive and deco films, we at GrafiType are very proud of our products. We therefore consider it our duty to inform users of the right methods to apply them. Apart from printing films, GrafiType also offer a wide range of automotive and deco films which allow you to give your vehicle a personal touch. A complete overview of the product range can be found at www.GrafiWrap.com. It's very important that the car is washed thoroughly before starting the wrapping process to make sure all dirt has been removed. This is preferably done in a car wash without wax. The application of the film should be performed inside in a heated area and at a temperature between 16 and 25 degrees. Also, avoid direct sunlight on the car. The car should be placed in this space a day in advance to allow it to completely acclimatize before starting the wrapping process. With the Porsche in this example, we chose not to remove any parts, but in other cases it's often necessary to do so. Removing mirrors, door handles, indicators, antennas, decorative strips, and so on makes the job much easier. It's very important to clean the car thoroughly with a degreasing agent. Don't forget the corners and edges. The spaces between two panels can be cleaned by a squeegee with a cloth over it. The right tools and materials are essential for a good wrap. A glove, heat gun, infrared temperature meter, application felts, squeegees with and without Velcro, a cutting knife, masking tape, magnet holders, and the very important degreasing agent are all part of the necessary equipment. Once the mirrors, trim and so on have been removed and the car has been cleaned and degreased sufficiently, we start by roughly taping up with masking tape all parts that don't need to be wrapped, such as chrome strips and headlights. This makes it a lot easier to remove the film from these parts later. Before actually starting the wrapping process, it's wise to check the size of film against the body of the car. You wouldn't want to find that you were short by just a few centimeters of film at the edges. Then we cut out the mirror to make it easier to apply the film. Remove the backing paper and place the film back on the car. We advise you to do this with 2 people. The surplus film, for example at the wheel housings, is already cut away. This will make the job a lot easier. Then the film is pulled away at the sides and tightened. Rub the film firmly in the middle and always work towards the outer edge. Make sure you hold the squeegee at an angle of about 30 degrees. GrafiWrap films come with pressure-sensitive adhesives. This means that the films will stick after applying pressure. The higher the temperature at which the film is applied, the less pressure is needed to activate the adhesive. If the film is applied at a very high temperature, you should make sure that the film is not stretched or crumpled when rubbing it firmly. The glue will reach its eventual adhesive strength after 24 hours. To ease application, the film should be heated by means of a heat gun. Set the temperature of your heat gun to 250, 350, 450, or even 600 degrees Celsius, depending on the size of the piece of film that you have to heat. The larger the piece of film, the higher the temperature should be. If the film has been stretched in the areas where you're going to cut, it's very important to remove all tension in these areas. Pull the stretched film away over the last few centimeters and heat it until it shrinks to its original shape again. Then apply the film again and press it firmly. You can then cut off the surplus film and press it down once again. Once you have applied the film, we advise you to reheat it once again at a temperature of 350 degrees Celsius on the display of your heat gun. This is especially important in those areas where the film is under tension and has been stretched in deep indents. This temperature corresponds to a temperature of about 90 degrees on the film. Then wait for a moment until the film has cooled down and rub it down firmly once again. The film is also stretched completely around the mirrors. Once again, it's important to remove the tension where the film is to be cut. This is achieved by pulling the film off, heating it, and reapplying it. The film also needs to be heated thoroughly at the wheel housings. Lift the heated film a little to apply it without tension. Difficult door handles, such as the ones on the Mini, are often removed to make the wrapping job easier. You can, however, wrap the surface, as in this case, without removing the door handle. Just make an incision over the door handle. Then heat the film and press it gently under the handle, paying particular attention to the area where you'll heat and stretch the film, especially when applying a printed pattern that doesn't allow the pattern to be deformed. If you get an air bubble after application, you can simply puncture it and then rub the air from underneath the film. Small air bubbles will disappear automatically when the car is exposed to the sun. Once the car is ready, leave it to rest for at least a night in the area where you wrapped it, so that the adhesive gets sufficient time to cure and the car can adapt to its new wrap. Only after that period of time can the car be driven outside. If you work with Graphicast, automotive and deco films, and you followed all of these steps exactly, you will enjoy an impeccable result. Some cars have very deep indents. Here, it's very important to apply the film to these indents in the right way. The film should never be stretched in the curve of the indent. That's why we always heat the other side while we push the unheated film into the indent. In this way, the film is only stretched over the even part of the indent. After heating at a temperature of 350 degrees Celsius on your heat gun, leave the film to cool down for a moment. Then press it firmly once again. This will make sure of a correct result. Another difficulty that you may run into is the double indent of, for instance, a van. Apply the film over the flat part with a felt and make sure the air can escape. Moisten the fingertips of your glove so it will slide easily over the film and the film won't crumple up. Then heat the film, starting at the middle of the indent, and press it at the edges. First one side, then the other. With the correct attachment on your heat gun, you can heat the indent even more precisely. In order to press the film into the bottom side of the indent, you heat the upper side and vice versa. In this way, you won't stretch the film in the curve of the indent. When you have completed the application, remove the squeegee and finish the last corner in the same way. In order to allow the last bit of air to escape, make a small incision in the film in the middle of the indent. Then heat the complete indent once again up to 90 degrees Celsius. If you want to apply an automotive and deco film on a car with a very contrasting color, as we demonstrate on this red background, we advise you not to wrap the complete side of the vehicle with one piece of film. Use separate film parts for each panel, in this case, so that you can apply the film completely around each edge. Afterwards, the red background in this example will no longer be visible. Attention! Each piece of film needs to be applied in the same direction, otherwise you'll have color differences. If you decide to apply a printed design on a vehicle, the print should always be laminated to protect it against the sun, mechanical friction, and chemical influences. It's important to allow the print to degas for at least 24 to 48 hours before laminating it. Position the print with its backing paper onto the car. You can attach the film by means of magnet holders. Then, mark the right position for the film with masking tape. Remove the backing paper and place the film back on the car, using the marks you applied previously. Rub the film from the middle and then work your way outwards. When applying a printed design, it's important to check where the film is stretched. If the design is made of straight lines or symmetrical shapes, it can be deformed when the film is stretched. An experienced wrapper will have a small car like a Smart or a Mini wrapped in about 1 day. A larger car will easily take 2 days or even longer. Matte and structured films attract dirt more easily than shiny films. Also, the dirt can penetrate deep into the pores of the film, after which it's no longer simple to get it clean again. We therefore advise you to treat the film with a liquid polymeric wax immediately after the wrapping job has been finished. The wax will close the pores invisibly and will at the same time give the film a deeper color. To keep the wrap in pristine condition, the car should be washed with a good car shampoo containing feeding wax at least once a week. Stubborn dirt can be removed with water and a melamine sponge, after which the car needs to be waxed again. By following these guidelines, the film will stay in top condition for several years. Do you want to take your car through a car wash? No problem. GrafiType films can easily withstand this treatment. If you wish to remove the film after a few months or years, just place the car in a heated space again for at least half a day. Then heat the film with a temperature of 350 degrees Celsius on your heat gun. This will soften the adhesive and you'll be able to strip the car of its special coating without any adhesive remaining on the paintwork. With GrafiWrap Automotive and Deco films, you can give a personal touch not only to your vehicle, you can also breathe new life into any object, embellishing or decorating it. The sky is the limit. Just let your creative imagination free. For more information, you can visit www.grafirap.com.